Welcome into DCTF Live, instant recaps of the UIL Football State Championships at NRG Stadium. I'm Max Thompson of Dave Campbell's Texas Football. That's Mike Craven. Mike, we just watched Cedar Park finish wire to wire this year as number 1 in 5A with a 22-6 win over Frisco Lone Star. I think you were saying earlier it's basically death by 1,000 paper cuts when you play Cedar Park. What did they do to basically just suffocate Lone Star and shut them down?
That's exactly what they do. They just make it a defensive struggle. They muddy it up a little bit. They make you be physical, and over 48 minutes they assume that their system's going to work, and today it did. We saw a little bit of a new wrinkle in Cedar Park's offense. They've relied on the running game for most of their program's history. Max Sexton had a huge game, couple touchdowns. The defense was the main story, but seeing them be able to throw the ball is what helped them propel into a state title this year.
Jason Shelley has been the story all season for Frisco Lone Star, putting on performance after performance. And today, he actually was pretty good. I mean, the result doesn't show it in the stats, but, it wouldn't even be this close if Jason Shelley hadn't sort of put on the cape as much as possible. Talk about what he was able to pull off considering all the pressure he was under.
I think Cedar Park had 6 sacks. It could have been 12 if he wasn't able to get out of there. I mean, he was a Houdini at some moments. He was able to escape the pressure. He's only a junior. I think you talked about it earlier. His pocket awareness is fantastic. He seems to feel it and get away from it, and he's strong enough to escape those arm tackles, get to the edge, and buy his receivers more time. There just wasn't enough options out there in the passing game for him today consistently.
What does Cedar Park do that is so effective at shutting down passing games that maybe Lone Star hasn't seen a lot this year?
They'll challenge you on the edge. A lot of high school teams are content with giving you 6-7 yard outs. Cedar Park plays man coverage with a single high safety and dares you to beat them over the top. They make you make perfect throws, and Jason Shelley's a fantastic quarterback, but we saw him miss long and high a little bit today, and Cedar Park just assumes that you can't do it for 48 minutes. And they're going to make you work for it for 48 minutes. They're going to give up yards here and there, but you saw that bend don't break defense, and it worked today, just forcing field goals.
It's not easy to go number 1 preseason ranking and then finish the job undefeated. How impressive is it to see Cedar Park do that?
Really impressive, especially considering what they lost last year, not even on the team, but in the coaching staff. They didn't lose just Joe Willis, their head coach. They lost almost half of their staff. So it was a great job by the head coach this year and by the administration and the staff, keeping as much continuity as possible. And they just keep plugging away. They trust their system. They trust what they do. And that's why you see some of the same schools here over and over again, because they go along with that recipe.
Something to keep an eye on with both of these teams. Still a lot of underclassmen. Should expect to see these teams make runs next year. I think that's probably going to do it for this one. It's 22-6. There's not much argument about what happened. Cedar Park did what everyone expected Cedar Park to do. 2 games to go.
It seems crazy. At the same time, it seems like 2-a-days started yesterday and like 3 years ago at the same time. So we're almost there.
That is what it feels like. All right, guys. We'll see you in a few.